NFL.com.
Can you just talk about the fourth quarter of that game and sort of how it played out from your perspective?
Well, we made a choice to defend it and come out in the second half, and told the defense at halftime, said, we got to play lights out. When they got the wind at their back, so we get the win in the fourth. And I think we gave up 8 points in that quarter. I think we gave up a touchdown and a single, which is what we needed. The defense played great, all day. And then we found a way in the second half to get in better situations on second down offensively. That's what hurt us in the first half. Is we had some opportunities, but we weren't able to execute, and got in a lot of second long situations that got us off the field. So it was just a great team effort. It was a total team victory.
The decision in that last drive. I mean, were you playing for the win at that point with the final drive, like under a minute to go, and
100%.
you were going to push to get into field goal range? Yeah.
We played to win. Yeah.
Kent, you pulled Mazzoli, then you went to Harris, and you went back to Mazzoli. Just run through the mindset of all that.
Yeah. So I talked about it with Tommy and Alan a lot, and we just wanted to give Mazzoli get him out of the game, let him get a breather, get his composure, and get a couple series rest, and talk to him. I talked to him once, get him on the phone with Tommy, and talk through what we were going to do going forward, and just settle him down a bit.
That kind of changed the game, didn't it?
Yeah, I mean, it shows you the individual that he is, and he's to respond like that. I haven't not played, been on the practice roster. I can't say enough about the man. Sometimes it doesn't always work out your way. I get that, but the way that he responded, how he handled the situation, not only during this week, but during the game that you mentioned, he handled like a true pro. I talked to him and said, "Listen, we're going to keep you out for a couple series, and are you ready to go back in? I need to know that you're ready." And he said, "Coach, let's just go win a football game." Good human being. He's the type of guy we want on the football team.
Was that what you said to him after the post-game show? I saw that you shared it.
Yeah, we told him a couple things. Listen, he's a very unselfish man, not just football player, but human being, and really, just really proud of him.
Ken, what factor was the wind? I mean, you got the 55-yard field goal in the first quarter.
It's a good question, because before the game, it seemed like it was only gusting every so often, and then. But it's actually gusting a lot more as we got into the football game. So we actually wanted to have the win in the first quarter. We didn't want to get down like we did last week and have to battle back and fight really hard and run out of gas. So again, we challenged the defense, and it worked out that we got the ball in the wind. And so we wanted to win in the first and then have it in the fourth at the end of the game in the long quarter.
So you figured it was a factor for you with the
Oh, it was. Oh, yeah. I mean, one of the punts Swayze hit with the wind in the back, I think it brought down ice. Holy cow. Yeah, the wind was a factor today.
Ken, what goes through your mind each time that block cross over the field?
I don't think I've ever had more. I tell you who reminds me of, but with a stronger leg, is Dave Ridgeway. I knew when I played with Dave, if Dave said get the ball to this yard line and I'm good, 100% trust and faith in that. And I'm exactly the same way with Justin. If he says he told me to kick at 62, but when we punted and pinned him down there, I was like, we're going to try to pin him down there. Then he has a great punt, pins him down there. So I have tremendous faith in him. Tremendous faith in him. He's got the stats for a reason. He's a great kicker.
Simone seems to be dealing with something. Simone Lawrence seems to be dealing with something all game. Is it something you're going to keep an eye on this week, or?
Yeah, well, I mean, I'll just have to wait for the medical report. We have a few guys banged up, and we lost St. Phil today. I don't know the status of that. And I'll say this too: we rarely don't point out individuals. I know we talked a lot about Jeremiah, but the job that Mark Dowell did, the guy hasn't played a snap the entire year, and to be thrust into the lineup like that against a really good defensive line, battle the way that he did, and it just shows you the quality of the men in that room. I mean, told him after the game, and I've got the best seat in the house watching you guys come out and compete every week. Doesn't mean we're going to win every game, but I'll tell you what, the effort and preparation's there, and the guys care.
And Norwood kind of.
Norwood's hurt. Yeah. I don't know what the situation is. Doesn't look good.
Ted Laurent, a guy who this week named your Canadian, and a guy who said he was disappointed in his numbers, came out with 2 sacks today. You got to be pleased with his performance.
And Teddy's a great player. He is a great player. Stats are misleading. Everybody in the league knows what kind of player he is, and he played a great game today.
With all the back and forth and quarterback practice about the past few weeks, we now go ahead and Jeremiah starting Wednesday.
Jeremiah will be our starter for going into this football game for sure.
Coach, it's on to Ottawa now. You're coming off played in 2 straight weeks.
Yeah.
What has to happen differently for you to have success and go to Grey Cup?
Well, I don't want to talk publicly about too many things. I mean, obviously, some of the tenets are going to hold true. I mean, we need to win the turnover battle. We need to win the big play battle. We have to limit their big play ability. We got to protect the football and have to play great defense. So, I mean, all those things that you always say are cliches are really true against this team. They're a pretty explosive football team. They're going to be revved up at home. We need to take the energy out of that stadium by playing well early and just focusing on our execution and making sure we're moving the sticks and winning the field position battle early in the football game.
The season sort of changed a little bit on the 19th when Zach went down. Does it feel, given what you've been through and all the challenges that you faced after Zach went down, do you have a feeling of satisfaction or vindication given what's happened today?
I have a feeling of satisfaction along with their staff every time we're with these guys, regardless of who's in the lineup. I mean, obviously we miss Zach, but every team has problems. Every team has issues. We're no different than anybody else. And real teams overcome those things and find a way to overcome them and pull together. And, so we just have our own sack of rocks to carry like everybody else does.
You're never supposed to feel sorry for the team you're playing against, but for a team that's going to play about half their games on the road, half their home games on the road, and had practice issues and stuff, we believe they've been able to sort of keep all that together and still play with.
I've said before, I got tremendous respect for Scott. I think Scott's a really good coach. The guys obviously believe in him and his staff. Play hard for him. He has them ready to play, and that's all you can ask as a coach. So, if there's anybody that understands the challenges of those things, it's our group.
Coach, when you go into a place like Ottawa and everybody's really loud, oftentimes visiting defenses love it because they get right into it. But what sort of things for a young quarterback or a quarterback without very much experience like Jeremiah is he going to be facing in your mind when they're making so much noise and there's so much craziness going on?
I mean, he just needs to focus on one play at a time on the play call. He needs to make sure he manages the clock properly. He needs to handle the cadence properly. We need to be really smart that if we're struggling with the cadence, meaning from hearing it audibly, we can move to a silent count, snap count, and make sure that we work on that during the week. And all that is under the management of the quarterback. Make sure we get in and out of the huddle, gets the guys together, gets them focused, gets their attention, so we're not wasting time in the huddle. The worst thing you can do with a loud crowd is to feel like you're rushed, trying to get the snap off, with the clock running down on you. So all of that is just clock management that's under the quarterback's control. He'll be fine.
Well, I've noticed with experienced quarterbacks too that they seem to not be afraid that if they're coming out and there's 10 seconds left on the play clock, that not be afraid to tell everybody,
No, 10
okay
seconds
guys,
is good.
reset.
I'm more worried about 4 or 5.
Yeah, but 4 or 5, just to reset and take your time, and because Ricky Ray does that, Zach Blair does that. Reset. Don't worry about it.
Well, it's the efficiency of the entire offense. It's the efficiency of the play call when it gets in. For no huddling, no huddling, all that kind of stuff. I mean, there's different tempos that we have offensively, and we need to be able to manage all of those tempos, whether we have a real cadence or whether we're going silent count.
We have time for one more question. You shaved today. Why?
Yesterday.
Yesterday?
Yeah, I got a little bit here.
That's unusual.
Yeah, it's unusual. Really?
Usually, game day.
Yeah. Well, yeah. My kids are telling me that I'm looking really old with it.